Okay. So we have covered two units till now. So the first one was your basic introduction towards environmental sciences, like what is the objectives, what are the important points, what are the factors that are involved. Okay, whether it's green chemistry, what is the role of scientists. So we covered about that in the first unit. The second unit that we were covering was first unit also had one more important topic, which was your ecosystem and biodiversity. So when we talked about ecosystem and biodiversity, then we had some information related to the types of ecosystem and the kind of biodiversity that is there. Like what are the types of plants and animals that reside in a particular ecosystem. Okay. So then we talked about the biogeographical zones. There are 10 biogeographical zones. So that's summarized your first unit. Okay. So when we had a basic information about the ecosystems and the kinds of animals living in, then we moved on to the second unit, that is your resources. Like how many types of resources are available. So when we talk about resources, then we have forest resources. तो वहाँ से हम लोग डोमेस्टिक या इंडस्ट्रियल लेवल पे क्या क्या एक्सट्रैक्ट कर सकते हैं, क्या बेनिफिट्स हैं, वो सारे रिसोर्सेज या इंडिया में कितना रीजन कौन सा टाइप का रिसोर्स हमें प्रोवाइड कर रहा है, दैट वी रेड अबाउट दैट. Then the next thing was your water resource. Okay, fine. So when we talked about your water resources, तो वाटर से रिलेटेड कितने प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, या फिर ड्रॉट सिचुएशन क्या होती है, फ्लड सिचुएशन क्या है, डैम्स की क्या नेगेटिव पॉइंट्स है, डिसएडवांटेजेस है. सो व्हेन वी टॉक्ड अबाउट डैम्स, then we talked that then we read that there are they have a benefit towards the development of the country, whether it's your industrial development or your domestic development or tourism, but it has some disadvantages. So the basic disadvantage was destruction of biodiversity and relocation of people. ओके, जो भी वहाँ पर ट्राइबल कम्युनिटीज या जो वहाँ के नेटिव लोग थे, वो रीलोकेट होते हैं या उन्हें रीलोकेट किया जाता है, और उसकी जगह यू बेसिकली बिल्ड अ डैम. So that led to deforestation, landslides, a lot of other factors that we have had. So this covered your water resources. Then we had our mineral resources, energy resources. Fine. So these were the things that we were talking about in our previous lecture. Now, now that we have an idea of the type of resources and their usage in our life, we have issues related to the third unit deals with the issues related to these resources, या फिर जो इतने पास्ट इतने years में mankind की वजह से जो भी issues create हुए हैं in terms of pollution. In this one particular unit, we are going to talk about that. So the first thing is, like when we talk about water resource, then we are going to talk about the consequences of human activity in terms of water resource. Okay, so this is one presentation that I had prepared, so I'll just go through it. So the first topic that when we talk about water pollution, then we are first of all we are going to classify it. So basically, oxygen demanding substances and chemical oxygen demanding these basically water oxygen demanding substances, and then the pathogens that are involved. The second would be your organic compounds or your chemicals that are dissolved in your water as a pollutant. So उनके क्या effects हैं? Like when we talk about DDT, heptachloraldehyde, then soluble in lipids and accumulate in fatty acids. So what does this line mean? Soluble in lipids and accumulate in fatty acid. It means that all these chemicals, when dissolved in water and taken up by human beings through drinking water, they get dissolved in your lipids. Lipids is your fats, जो oils होते हैं जो भी आप intake करते हो. ठीक है, they get dissolved in your lipids and accumulate in your fatty tissues. This is not tissues, it's tissues, fatty tissues. Okay, so body में जो adipose tissue या fat layer होती है, उसमें ये जमा हो जाते हैं. Next is they cause liver cancer and birth defects. So we'll read about it. और ये सारी जो यूनिट है, यहाँ से आपका केमिस्ट्री वाला मेजर पार्ट स्टार्ट होता है. whether it's your pollution or chemical toxicology or green chemistry. ठीक है, सो यहाँ पे केमिकल स्ट्रक्चर्स को स्टडी करना, याद करना, दैट वुड बी रिक्वायर्ड इफ थियोरेटिकल एग्जाम हैपेंस, या फिर ऐसा कोई एग्जाम एमसीक्यू आता है जहाँ पे कि आपको स्ट्रक्चर रिकॉग्निशन करनी है। जैसे गेट वगैरह के एग्जाम में क्या होता है कि वो आपको एक स्ट्रक्चर का नॉमेनक्लेचर दे देते हैं, या फिर आइडेंटिफाई द स्ट्रक्चर। ठीक है, तो उस टाइप से भी आप कोई एमसीक्यू भी आ सकता है। Then we have the kinds of pollutants. So we were talking about पैथोजेंस, जो बैक्टीरिया होते हैं पानी में जिससे कि डिजीजेस हो जाती हैं, वायरसेस, रोटा वायरस, हेपेटाइटिस ए, सो इट कैन कॉज डायरिया, डिसेंट एंड इन्फेक्शियस हेपेटाइटिस। देन बैक्टीरिया, तो cholera, typhoid, we all know that these are waterborne diseases. Then we have detergent, plant nutrients. Just a second. Okay. So when we talk about classification, then we have inorganic chemicals, acid, manganese, soluble salts, heavy metals, etc. Fine, sediments, volatile organic compounds. So basically, first thing that we'll do is classify the type of your water pollutants. Okay. Then we will talk about wastewater treatment. So जब भी किसी problem के बारे में discuss करते हैं, then we also discuss about its solution. So when we talk about pollutants in water, then we are going to also deal with how to treat that water. So domestic water, domestic sewage, industrial sewage, storm water, ये सब का किस तरीके से treatment किया जाना चाहिए, that also we are going to study. So there are three broad methods: physical process, chemical process, biological process. So and there are level of treatments: primary, secondary, and your tertiary treatment. So this is one diagram that one should know, और इसको हम स्टडी करेंगे when we talk about your treatment of water. So trickling filters, इसके क्या advantages हैं? Activated sludge process, oxidation ponds, like these such type of ponds are designed to treat water. Although you must have studied some of it in your previous classes, but we are going to study about them in detail here. So sludge treatment and disposal, tertiary treatment में solvent extraction, ion exchange, reverse osmosis, chemical precipitation. So all these methods we are going to study. Now the chemical reactions have started. So this is how we are going to take it up. Okay. So the type of waste and its treatment. जैसे कि अगर टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री है तो उसका वेस्ट किस टाइप का होगा, वोलेटाइल ऑर्गेनिक मैटर है, एसिड है, अल्कली डाइज है, पेस्टिसाइड्स है, तो उसके ट्रीटमेंट के लिए स्क्रबर्स, बायोलॉजिकल ट्रीटमेंट, कार्बन एब्जॉर्प्शन, ये मेथड्स हैं। सो जितने डिफरेंट तरह के पॉल्यूटेंट्स हैं उनके डिफरेंट मेथड्स हैं। सो ये यूनिट में वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी अबाउट दिस। क्योंकि आज हम नई यूनिट स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, तो आई जस्ट गो टू एंड let you understand what it's all based on. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to study is your, like we'll study about water pollution, then the next one is your air pollution. So air pollution क्या है, उसके क्या क्या factors हैं, उसके effects, then photochemical smog, acid rain, greenhouse effect, ozone layer and depletion, and how these gases are affecting. So these are some of the diagrams that one should know. So अभी तो कोविड टाइम में MCQs वाला एग्जाम होने की चांसेस ज़्यादा है, but otherwise one you would be required to learn these. Okay. So air pollutants, smog का क्या chemistry होती है, like hydrocarbons plus NOx plus sunlight is equals to photochemical smog. So when you see smog, so दिल्ली में जब दिवाली के अराउंड या फिर जब पराली बर्न की जाती है, neighboring states में उस time पे जो smog होता है उसकी क्या chemistry है that we are going to study. So it's basically your hydrocarbons, NOx plus your sunlight. So there is a photochemical reaction going on, and this leads to such images or such polluted air or photochem or smog in environment. Okay, so chemistry of photochemical smog, formation of oxides of nitrogen. Then hydrocarbons, they combine with oxygen atom to produce your producing photolysis of your NO2 to form highly reactive intermediates. So what are those intermediates? So we are going to study about these. Then effect of photochemical smog. So basically largely lung infection, and it can also lead to, if a prolonged exposure is there, then we have seen a lot of rise in lung cancer cases. So that we study. Acid rain, effects of acid rain, and greenhouse effect. So what does it mean by greenhouse effect and the chemistry involved? So when we talk about, we have heard a lot about ozone layer depletion, but what is the chemistry involved that we are going to study in this particular unit? So effects of ozone layer depletion, reasons for depletion of stratospheric zone. So stratospheric zone कौन सा है उसमें आपका क्लोरोफ्लोरोकार्बन्स जब प्रोटॉन से रिएक्ट करते हैं, so what they form, that we are going to study. Okay. Then the reason for depletion of ozone layer. So air pollution control. So but first, in this particular unit, first we'll discuss about the problem, then we'll discuss about its control. So air pollution control devices, gravitational settling chambers, cyclonic separators, Papet filters, electrostatic precipitators. So we are going to study about this. And in this particular presentation, real time data, like what is the current situation in terms of air pollution in the world, in India, that a separate slide will be provided for that also. So this is your air pollution. Okay. So the last one would be, when we are talking about your unit 3, the last one would be solid waste pollution, soil pollution, and marine pollution. So solid waste pollutions में we're going to deal with your garbage, rubbish, pathological और जो biological waste होता है, basically hospital waste होता है, वो उसके बारे में, and then how it should be treated or dumped. Okay, so treatment and disposal method for such solid waste. क्योंकि हम जब हम कॉलेज जाते हैं तो जहांगीरपुरी पे dumping site. So basically dumping sites create कर देते हैं. So we are going to talk about such a unit. When we talk about marine, so marine pollution is a very big issue these days. Okay, so there is an internet instability I'm observing at my end. So if you're not able to hear me, just let me know, because today is my next last class, plus we are starting a new unit. So I'm just scrolling through the present slides, and I would like any of you, like 31 students are present, किसी को किसी previous में doubt हो या revision चाहिए हो तो वो मुझे बता दो, so that we can revise today and we'll start with the new unit in detail from the next week or from Monday. Okay, so we'll talk about soil pollution. तो जब हम environment और ecosystem की बात कर रहे थे, तब हम land degradation by erosion और ये सारे factors पढ़ रहे थे, ठीक है, overgrazing की वजह से. But अभी when we talk about pollution, then we are going to talk about the chemistry, the chemicals. Okay, so how they are affecting. So इस टाइप के कोल प्लांट से किस टाइप के pollutants release होते हैं, how they are affecting, how the soil pH is affected. So all these parameters will be covered in this particular unit. Like we have soil erosion. So you and I, we both know what soil erosion is. But when we talk about a thermal power plant, So what is the kind of pollutant that we are seeing and what are its effects? So we are going to study about it. Okay. So this is what we have prepared. Then we have marine pollution. So marine pollution the pollutants are largely oil, sewage, garbage, chemicals, radioactive waste, and thermal pollution and eutrophication. So all these factors we are going to study. So when we talk about oil, sewage, garbage, chemicals, etc., then there is a lot of problem, a lot of awareness is there in people. NGOs are working and collecting, the plastics and everything. We regularly come across such things in newspaper, but we have not got into the details of it. When we talk about thermal pollution, so thermal pollution का मतलब क्या है? Like oceans are getting heated up or oceans are getting thermally polluted. सो दैट इज वन थॉट कि कहाँ से इस टाइप का पोल्यूशन आ रहा है सो वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी अबाउट इट सो दिस इज व्हाट इज देयर सो वी हैव thermal pollution affects the ocean in a negative way. This heat comes from the cooling plants of coastal power stations which rise the temperature and decrease the level of dissolved oxygen in water. So this is what is thermal pollution is all about. Okay, because oceans are big and water has got a very high heat capacity. So thermal pollution का क्या मतलब है? It's basically the coastal power plants जो है वो like they are basically disrupting the temperature range of water in their vicinity. ठीक है, तो उसकी वजह से dissolved oxygen कम हो जाती है. So when we talk about this particular topic, we will also talk about कि temperature अगर increase करेंगे तो जो ऑक्सीजन या कोई गैस है वो डिजॉल्व या वो मतलब कम उसका लेवल डिक्रीज क्यों होता है उसके पीछे कुछ लॉज हैं केमिस्ट्री के दैट आई विल इनकॉर्पोरेट हियर ओके so this is how we are going to deal with this. So eutrophication we know dimethyl sulfide DMS is released in atmosphere due to dead phytoplanktons can contribute events of acid rain. So all these factors come together with the real data जो अभी current status है we are going to deal with it. Okay. So let's just start with the today's lecture. Okay, so let's start with water pollution. So oxygen demanding substances. First of all, water pollution is divided into four types. First is your oxygen demanding substances, then pathogens, synthetic organic compounds, detergents, plant nutrients. Okay, so let's just study about oxygen demanding substances. So oxygen demanding substances are those substances which oxidize in water. Dissolved oxygen is essential for sustaining aquatic life. 5 ppm is the minimum dissolved oxygen level for warm water fish. Okay, so basically, when we talk about oxygen demanding substances, the first thing that comes into our mind is that whatever animal species or plant species that are there in water, they require some amount of minimum level of oxygen. Okay, so when we talk about warm water fish, then 5 ppm is the amount of oxygen that is required for a warm water fish to sustain its life in water. But organic substances formed due to death and decay of algae and related species, industrial and municipal effluents use dissolved oxygen. Oxidation of inorganic compounds also contribute to oxygen demand. Bacteria and microorganisms converts this waste to CO2 and water and decreasing the level of dissolved oxygen. So students, first thing that should be there in your that should be clear in your mind is that animal and plant species that reside in your water bodies require oxygen for their metabolic processes or respiration. But due to environmental factors, like अभी हमने thermal pollution के बारे में पढ़ा था, so due to environmental factors, this oxygen is its level is decreased. अब वो factors कौन कौन से हैं? वो factors ये हैं कि organic substances formed due to death and decay of algae and related species, उनके breakdown के लिए या industrial and municipal effluents के breakdown के लिए oxygen use हो जाती है. So oxidation of inorganic compounds also uses oxygen. So all these three factors, let me just take this. Okay, here, oxidation of organic compounds. So all these three factors, they come together and what they do, they use the oxygen that was necessary for your plants and animals for their natural growth. तो अगर pollutant नहीं होता तो they must have survived or they must have grown in a environmentally balanced way. But due to the pollutants like industrial and municipal effluents, ये oxygen level जो यहाँ पे minimum value है, this decreases and this leads to death or even fatality of the plants and animals that are there. तो कभी-कभी जब हम articles पढ़ते हैं, I'll put those articles in next classes. आर्टिकल्स पढ़ते हैं तो उसमें ये भी कभी-कभी वी हैव कम अक्रॉस सच सिचुएशंस जहाँ पे कि ये रिपोर्ट किया जाता है कि उस रिवर में बहुत सारी फिशेस जो हैं वो एक साथ डेड मिली, ठीक है. सो दिस कैन बी ईदर ड्यू टू योर इंडस्ट्रियल एंड म्युनिसिपल एफ्लुएंट्स और ड्यू टू डिक्रीज डीओ लेवल. सो वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट इट बट दिस इज अ ब्रीफ आइडिया. ओके, ऑक्सीडेशन ऑफ इनऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड्स, जितने भी लेदर इंडस्ट्री है या फिर जितनी भी टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री है वहां से एल्कली एसिड्स इस टाइप के कंपाउंड्स वाटर में रिलीज कर होते हैं एज पॉल्यूटेंट्स एंड दे आल्सो डिमांड ऑक्सीजन. सो बेसिकली दीज थ्री फैक्टर्स डिस्टर्ब द optimal level of oxygen, dissolved oxygen in water and leads to fatality in terms of marine or your animals. Okay, it can be marine or river animals, whatever, prawns. You can call it any type of water body. Okay, so oxygen demand is in two forms. First is biological oxygen demand, BOD. This is the amount of oxygen required by microorganisms to degrade waste. Okay, now second is your chemical oxygen demand, the amount of oxygen needed to chemically oxidize the waste. So this is what is meant by COD and BOD. These are two important terms. See, chemical oxygen demand and biological oxygen demand. So दोनों का difference ये है कि जो microbes हैं, जो pathogens हैं water में present, उनको organic substance here, organic substances को break down करने में जितनी oxygen required है, that is biological oxygen demand. Pathogens की जगह let's just put organic substance की जगह let's just put this inorganic substances or some chemicals. तो उनको oxidize करने में जितनी oxygen required होगी, that is called as chemical oxygen demand. और दोनों की जो experiments perform होते हैं, these are 5, like अगर biological oxygen demand check करना है, experiment perform करना है, तो this is a 5-day process. Okay, this particular experiment requires 5 days to come down to a conclusion. So we'll talk about that also. Okay, the next slide says pathogens. So pathogens are disease-causing organisms that grow and multiply within the host. Water polluted with sewage, tanning industries, and meat packaging industries are potential carriers of pathogens. So the type of pathogens that are found are your rotavirus, hepatitis A, Vibrio cholera. So you can remember some names: Entamoeba histolytica and your Lamblia. Okay. So basically जो भी easy नाम लगता है उसको आप याद कर लो. Escherichia coli, we have heard about this bacteria. Escherichia coli usually water में भी मिलता है या फिर जहाँ पे भी fecal deposition होगा वहाँ पे Escherichia coli is found. Okay, this particular bacteria. अगर feces या human waste से अगर water polluted है, so this bacteria is largely found. Okay, and the type of diseases that are caused is your cholera, typhoid, paratyphoid, dysentery, diarrhea. We are all aware of this, so we can relate to this particular image. Okay, so this is your pathogens. Next one is your synthetic organic compounds. So synthetic organic compounds includes pesticides, organic chemicals, detergents, etc. So pesticides can be classified into insecticides, herbicides, and fungicides. And pesticides are your chlorinated hydrocarbons, organophosphorus compounds, and carbonate pesticides. So chlorinated hydrocarbons, what do they cause? Like chlorinated hydrocarbons में taking an example of DDT, heptachlor, Eldrin, if they are dissolved in lipids and accumulate in fatty tissues, they can cause liver cancer and severe neurological damage. So basically, whenever DDT or heptachlor or Aldrin comes into your mind, then it should be able to relate to these diseases. The overconsumption or overexposure से one can face such situations. Okay, birth defects, liver cancer, organophosphorus compounds. ठीक है, जब हम लैंड रिसोर्सेज पढ़ रहे थे, ठीक है, सॉइल, तो उसमें वी केम अक्रॉस पेस्टिसाइड्स एंड फर्टिलाइजर्स. सो वी रेड दैट जो ऑर्गेनोक्लोरीन्स हैं, ठीक है, जो क्लोरीनेटेड हाइड्रोकार्बन्स है, डीडीटी, हेप्टाक्लोर, इनके इनके लिए बैक्टीरियाज हैव बिकम रेसिस्टेंट. ठीक है, सो वी हैव स्टार्टेड नाउ डेज. पहले डीडीटी यूज होता था, ठीक है, लार्जली यूज होता था, बट देयर वर सम साइड इफेक्ट्स. बट नाउ व्हाट हैज हैपेंड, organophosphorus compounds have been used. Why? Because bacteria या फिर जो pathogens है, they are still not resistant to it. But all these pesticides, no matter it's organochlorines or organophosphorus compounds, all these pesticides have some side effects. Okay, so nervous system damage, acute exposure results in damaged speech. So this is a side effect for organophosphorus compounds, जो भी पैराथियन, मेलाथियन एंड डायजिन जो भी पेस्टिसाइड्स यूज करते हैं, इनका साइड इफेक्ट्स है. Okay, so carbonate pesticides में they cause nausea, vomiting, blurred vision. So these are the factors or these are the problems that are created once we are exposed to pesticides. इसीलिए आज in current time people are largely focusing on buying groceries that are organic in nature. ठीक है, ये जो commercial market for organic food products like organic pulses, organic polar eggs. Hello. So when we talk about detergent आप घर में यूज करते हैं, हाउस होल्ड करते हैं, so that particular detergent has got two ends. One is a hydrophobic end, this here. This is a long chain hydrocarbon, and then there is a hydrophilic end. ठीक है, no. Okay, so when we talk about detergent, so first of all we need to learn its structure. Okay, so I have put up an image for detergent. So as you can see, this long chain hydrocarbon, see it's, you can just put carbon everywhere and then hydrogens along with it. And then there is a benzene ring. So this particular area is your hydrophobic end. Hydrocarbon in जो है वो hydrophobic end है. The other one that is there is your hydrophilic end, which comes in contact with water, or you can say it's water loving in nature. So detergent is a surfactant which consists of hydrophobic and hydrophilic groups. Surfactant concentration as low as 1 ppm produces foam in rivers and okay. So we were talking about your detergents. So detergents जो भी आप use करते हैं, they are basically surfactant. ठीक है, the name given to them is surfactant. यहाँ से ये word derive होता है surf. Okay, so that is how it comes. This word surf. Okay, frequently we use this word. So they are basically surfactants and they have got two ends. As you can see in the image, one is a hydrophobic end and another is a hydrophilic end. Okay, so they basically, when even in the concentration of 1 ppm, okay, can you just have a see the value 1 ppm, even in the concentration as low as 1 ppm, they produce foams in water and in sewage treatment plants. So foam that you see in your lake, specifically when you when if you had ever visited to Yamuna or any other area, so जहाँ पे भी sewage से related problem होगी, वहाँ पे foam is also observed because that is a household waste. So it's also having a lot of surfactant in it. Okay, so this surfactant basically has problem. Surfactants reduce the rate of oxygen absorption in water and lead to asphyxia. Okay, so basically जब भी concentration oxygen की low होगी, at that time, as we know, the plants and animals will face a problem. The next is your plant nutrients. So when we have plant nutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, carbon, sulfur, calcium, potassium, iron, manganese obtained from pollutant act as a nutrient for algal growth. This part. Okay. So this particular all these particular compounds, जैसे कि किसी भी lake में या फिर जैसे we have heard a lot about Dal Lake. So Dal Lake में eutrophication का issue है. That is because of sewage and agricultural runoff. तो जब भी किसी water body में sewage का introduction बहुत ज़्यादा होगा and it has got these compounds nitrogen, phosphorus, carbon, sulfur, etc. Then it will see a lot of algal growth or algae growth and eutrophication. Decay of algae leads to decreased DO level. High concentration of nitrogen not only poses problem of eutrophication but is hazardous for health. Okay, so nitrites have an affinity for hemoglobin, forming methemoglobin, leading to methemoglobin anemia or blue baby syndrome can be fatal. So we'll talk about this in the next class. I'll end the class here today and we'll talk about this particular new unit, specifically this methemoglobin and your anemia, blue baby syndrome, and the effects of your sewage, sewage or surfactants in your water. Okay, so we'll talk about, I'll put up some image for better understanding. So आज के lecture के conclusion के लिए there are 3 key points that you can take note. फर्स्ट इज ऑक्सीजन डिमांडिंग वेस्ट। सो जो भी ऐसे कंपाउंड्स या ऐसे केमिकल्स हैं जिनको कि जो कि ऑक्सीडेशन अंडरगो करते हैं या फिर they are oxidized in water, so they all use oxygen that can be otherwise used for plants and animals। ठीक है, कोई भी ऐसा केमिकल कंपाउंड आप वाटर में डाल दीजिए जिसको जो कि केमिकली ऑक्सीडाइज होगा, so that will reduce the amount of oxygen in water। This was one factor। Secondly, when we talk about biological oxygen demand, तो जो ऑर्गेनिक वेस्ट आता है चाहे वो लेदर इंडस्ट्री से या फिर ह्यूमन वेस्ट है या फिर प्लांट डेड एंड डिकेइंग मैटर है, उन सभी ऑर्गेनिक वेस्ट को माइक्रोब्स ब्रेक डाउन करते हैं, ऑक्सीडाइज करते हैं इनटू स्मॉलर स्टेबल पार्टिकल्स। तो वहाँ पे भी जो नेचुरल ऑक्सीजन थी वो यूज हो जाती है। दिस इज द सेकंड पॉइंट, ऑक्सीडेशन ऑफ इनऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड्स वी हैव रेड। सो दिस इज द समरी फॉर दिस वन पर्टिकुलर स्लाइड। नेक्स्ट है आपका पैथोजेंस। सो पैथोजेंस चाहे वो ह्यूमन सीवेज से आए, डोमेस्टिक से, इंडस्ट्रियल से आए या फिर टैनिंग इंडस्ट्रीज से, भी पैकेजिंग इंडस्ट्री से, उन सब में डिफरेंट टाइप के बैक्टीरियाज या वायरसेस होते हैं, ठीक है, या फिर प्रोटोजोन्स होते हैं। सो व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट वायरसेस, हेपेटाइटिस ए, we have heard a lot about hepatitis A, B, C affecting liver। Okay, so this hepatitis A virus is found in such water, okay, such polluted water, so it can cause diarrhea, gastroenteritis, infectious hepatitis। When we talk about bacteria, then cholera, typhoid, diarrhea, dysentery, all these come from your bacterial origin। So Entamoeba histolytica causes amoebic dysentery, so this is also a disease which a kind of dysentery or disease। The next slide is your पेस्टिसाइड्स। तो लास्ट क्लास में जब हम पढ़ रहे थे विरेट की जो ऑर्गेनोक्लोरीन्स हैं जिनको पेस्टिसाइड्स की तरह पहले यूज करते थे, they were stopped and organophosphorus compounds were used in place of them, organochlorines। बट प्रॉब्लम क्या आई कि जो ऑर्गेनोक्लोरीन्स है उसके अगेंस्ट जितने भी पेस्टिसाइड्स थे, पेस्ट से, they became resistant, so we had to stop that। Nowadays, organophosphorus compounds are used for such purposes। So what is happening? Even these compounds, organophosphorus compounds, पैरामीथेन, मेलाथीन, डायजीन, कोई भी पेस्टिसाइड बॉटल आपके पास घर पे हो, just try to find out कि उसमें इन तीनों में से कोई कंपाउंड है या नहीं है, ठीक है, just have a look at it for your own curiosity। Okay, so basically ये सारे compounds they damage nervous system। Acute exposure can result in damaged speech, whereas when we talk about DDT, heptachloraldehyde, then they have solubility towards or affinity towards lipids and can cause neurological damage, so liver cancer, birth defects, etc। Detergents का case है। So when we talk about detergents, then detergents have an ability to use oxygen। Like here, the rate of oxygen absorption in water is decreased। So सर्फ का जो पानी या dissolved पानी जो भी होता है, उसमें ऑक्सीजन की dissolving ability कम होती है, and this can lead to death and decaying situation of plants and animals। तो जो भी अगर वाटर बॉडी है, स्ट्रीम से, रिवर से, अगर उसमें सर्फेक्टेंट या फिर सर्फ जो आप यूज करते हैं अगर उसकी क्वांटिटी बहुत ज्यादा हो जाएगी तो ऑक्सीजन की जो अवेलेबिलिटी है कम हो जाती है। सो आज के लेक्चर का यही समरी है। वी विल डील मोर इनटू दिस बट विद more images and statistics on Monday। Okay, so I hope you understood what I said, but we'll take this up again in the next class। So I'll end the class here today। किसी को डाउट है, क्वेश्चन है तो बताओ, प्रीवियस क्लासेस से कोई क्वेश्चन है तो बताना, ठीक है। Okay, I'll stop the share and I'll end the class for today।